start off by measuring part 1 and part 2 of the resin mix in separate containers. It is extremely important that you get an equal ratio from both bottles, otherwise the resin won't set correctly. Now you get to combine both parts of the solution into a third container. It's really important that you use something that you don't mind throwing away. I like to use plastic disposable cups for this. Add part 1 and then part 2 and combine them by mixing for 3 whole minutes. You're going to want to set a timer so that you can make sure you're mixing for 3 minutes. You'll see the solution get a little cloudy at first, but as you continue to mix it, that cloudiness will disappear. It's also very important that you mix slowly, like ridiculously slowly, because the faster you mix, the more air bubbles you're going to get in your resin, and air bubbles just aren't pretty. I mean, if that's the look you're going for, that's okay, but most of us don't want those bubbles in our finished product. After you've mixed your resin for 3 minutes, you can start to add in colors or glitter. I'm using an alcohol ink from Plaid Crafts, and you want to just add 1 drop at a time so that you get the right color. Also, you want to be really careful not to add too many additives to your resin, otherwise it won't set correctly. Trust me, I've made that mistake before, and you don't want to have to redo this all over again because you have a goopy mess that doesn't set because you added too much color to it. Now you're ready to pour your resin into the mold. So I'm starting with the letter A, and I'm just going to carefully pour it in there and just let it fill in the shape. For the base of the cake topper, I'm going with the silver color. If you want to have a streaky look, then you just want to mix the color in a little bit. If you want it to really be, like the whole base is the same color, then you're going to keep adding more alcohol ink. Again, not too much alcohol ink until you get the desired color. Now, this resin is food safe as long as it is clear and doesn't have any additives. So this part right here with the silver is not going to be food safe. So I'm first going to let it cure, and then the bottom part that's going to be touching the cake, I'm going to add a clear layer of resin so that it is food safe. One last step before we leave this alone for 24 hours to cure is to pop those little bubbles that have floated up to the surface. Use a heat tool. I'm using my embossing heat tool to just pop the bubbles that are on the surface. Finally, this is my favorite part. I have a lot of trouble waiting 24 hours, but it's very important that you wait so that it can cure completely. And you're just gonna pop it out of the mold and admire what you made. Yay!